Authorities are investigating whether a mass wash-up of dead cockles at a popular holiday destination near Adelaide is linked to an algal bloom that recently caused widespread fish deaths.
Disturbingly, reports started coming through about an algal bloom affecting the waters around the state, and then on Saturday, the 5th of April, that Edithburgh had been affected.
The marine life under the jetty is prolific and there are fish everywhere. Unfortunately, there were very few fish swimming, 20 to 30 octopus without even looking, that were dead within a 20-metre radius. Anywhere in any of my diving have I seen anything quite so bad. There was almost no life.
Edithburgh Jetty, located on the heel of the Yorke Peninsula in South Australia, has long been a favourite spot for families and fishers. But to scuba divers and snorkelers, it is something even more. It is home to so many amazing creatures, some rare, but all special in their own way. Let's take the Leafy Sea Dragon, South Australia's marine emblem. Fully protected, this is one of the most unusual and beautiful creatures in the world. It is uncommon, often hard to find due to its camouflage in amongst the weed, but it calls this area home. In one dive this summer, my dive buddy Daniel and I photographed 7 different leafies. This was even more special because last year we found 3 juveniles and we believe that these have grown into young adults and are among the 7 that we saw. But many other amazing creatures are also found under the jetty. You get used to their behaviours and get to understand their habits and life cycles. I love filming some of the scenes when they interact with each other, and like this decorator crab, acting apologetically, giving the Pajama Squid some space that it has inadvertently disturbed. Watch how these squid are intrigued by the camera and lights, and just can't resist coming in for a very close look. The algae responsible for this outbreak is known as Carinii mikimoti. It is the same algae that has caused other outbreaks of the bloom in other parts of the state. It has been confirmed by government officials that this is present in low levels around Edithburgh. SA Health has information on their website about its effect on people coming into contact and consuming fish caught during the outbreak. I would urge you to read this information. There seems to be several concurrent factors that have led to this. Low tidal movements, including dodge tides, higher than usual ocean temperatures, the southeast winds have been fencing the water near the coast, and nutrient-rich water. One source of this is more human activity due to the warmer weather. On the 14th of April, I went for a dive to see how things were. The water, which had visibility of about 2 to 3 metres, should have had double or even triple that given the perfect weather conditions. It felt like a ghost town down there, dead and decaying animals, the signs of many colourful sponges dying off, and a gloomy dark atmosphere due to the poor visibility. But there was some good news too. Many species were still looking okay. Black cowries were plentiful, but more on that later. The colourful nudibranchs were still present, and lots of different types of fish seemed unaffected. I didn't find any seahorses or leafy sea dragons, but to be fair, the murkiness of the water made looking for them difficult, so I can't be sure. There have been stories of them washed up on the surrounding beaches. About a week later, Paul Macdonald and I dived again, with mixed observations on this dive. The water was a little clearer, there seemed to be more fish around, and my dive buddy and I photographed and filmed several frogfish over our 2 dives. And then, in a heartwarming moment, a juvenile Maori octopus came up to us. This is the first cephalopod I have seen since the outbreak, and hopefully bodes well for the future. While we were both elated over this encounter, it was becoming obvious that the sponge devastation seemed much worse. The before and after shots of this pylon, I think, says it all. I worry that the yellow sponge that the black cowries live on is disappearing very fast. I hope they can survive. We are left with lots of questions. Many of the creatures we see dead are not common. Can they survive as a species in these types of water? The food chain has been affected. What does that mean for other marine creatures? I, like many others, have not seen this type of devastation here before. Let's hope there is a satisfactory recovery once the bloom has dissipated. The experts seem to think that this algal bloom is temporary. I think the bloom will be temporary, as we have seen the kind of thing in lakes and rivers previously, and it does eventually go. My fear, though, is twofold. Firstly, what damage has been done to our marine life, and will it ever come back as healthy? Secondly, some of the factors that cause this are linked to climate change, so that won't get any better, you wouldn't think. So, could this ever happen again? It was in the movie Jurassic Park, where Jeff Goldblum, referring to the dinosaur's survival, says, "Life will find a way." You can probably understand my elation in finding a young Leafy Sea Dragon not far from Edithburgh. Perhaps they can recover. I will leave you with some footage of the birth of an octopus. Tending these baby sand octopus will be the mum's last act before she dies. Let's hope nature will find a way, but let's do our bit to keep the planet safe for them. This has been quite a journey for me to make this video. Having dived here so many times, it is heartbreaking to see the death of so many unique living things. I wanted to capture just how precious is what we sometimes take for granted. Thank you for watching. I have added links to some other jetty dives on the Yorke Peninsula. I'm happy to report this tessellated anglerfish is still alive and well at the moment.